going to start with some white, and we want to do 3 big lines. So we're going to have one long line come up here. Then we're going to have one thick to thin line come down here. And then we're going to have one that just scoops right around. Instead of just a single line, we want to make them peaked. So now we've got 3 really sharp, awesome looking lines. Now we started with white for a reason, because we're going to be painting over with another color, and we didn't want our white to bleed. We're going to make our red ones a little bit smaller. So then what does peaking look like on these lines? Here, we'll bring it out and back in. So it kind of does a little triangle look right around there. And then this one, we're going to pull it even further, and then we're going to bring it back down. Can anybody guess what color comes next? Now it's really fun when you weave these together, but on a fast, hot day, you want to go quicker than weaving. So here's our blue. We're going to do one blue line right here. Then we're going to do one right here. And then let's put our third one right down here. Okay, but there's no peak here. So let's go ahead and let's do a peak there. I really like how that's feeling. So everyone's gonna turn out a little bit different. It makes it red, white, and blue and really fun. It has that firework feel. It also has a little bit of the warrior feel, which Revolutionary War was a war. But I think I promised you guys an eagle. I think the eagle is really fun. It's intimidating. If we have any Nintendo fans out there, you may recognize this from Super Mario Bros. 2. The eagle looks really cool up in the middle of the forehead. We could make it around the eye into an eye creature, but just to keep it simple, I'm going to show you over here. So what I like to do is I like to do a circle, and I promise I won't accidentally turn this into a unicorn. And then we want to create a triangle at the base of that circle. So an eagle's neck is going to be super wide. When you're loading up yellow for a beak, you can be careful and catch just a little tiny bit of a red that'll give you an outer border. We want an eagle, not a parakeet. And then this is the important part. We're going to do a big scoop and then a smaller beak right there. Now let's load up our black to do some outlining for this eagle. You always want to make sure when you're doing a cheek animal that you remember animals have foreheads. So this part right up here, we can't paint any part of the eye. So we're going to bring the eye down, do a flick up high for a ridge. And if you paint the top of the ridge, you just want to give it a little bit of a feather because this is a bird. Then we're going to do a circle around here. Leave some nice shine on his pupil. If any of those bits feel like, oh, that looks hard, just don't do it. You know, a few little feathery lines back and forth around, and then we're going to come and we're going to outline here. And we're not going to show the break in the top and the bottom beak. And I always like to add the nostril on here. I like to add a little bit of blue, maybe a little bit of red. Remember, do any stars that make you comfortable. This is a perfect time to grab out that stencil loaded with a red, white, and blue sponge, and just boom, you'd be done. We can load a red and a white on the same round brush. So now I've got these 3 stars, we've got this cool eagle, let's bring it all together. And then in front, curl around, and our A, come down all the way, and boom. So we go back in with our little number 2. We can add a highlight on the top of his beak. We can add some highlights to these stars. And we can add some serifs onto our letters. And maybe even a little shadow if there's a spot where the white didn't fully pick up. Sometimes I will ask special permission on a guy if I can add a little bit of sparkle. How cool is it to just have that little touch of blue? Sparkling the beak of that eagle will make it pop.